Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Excuse my wet hair, I've just had a shower, but I thought I'd take this opportunity to make a video because I haven't done one this week. And let's just have a little homeschool chat update, what we're up to. So a plan with me kind of, but I don't know how much stuff I'll show you because a lot of it's for next year, so I can't really show too much. But what I have been doing, so I have been binding things, printing things, working on new curriculum choices. I have been making my list of my overall budget and everything else of what I've got left to get. Oh yeah, so I can squeeze that little portion of the video in. So I mentioned a while ago I was going to do a how do we budget for homeschool video, but I made one, but it was really short, so there didn't seem to be much point in posting it, so I'll just squeeze it into this one. So yes, we do. We have a monthly budget that we set aside for specifically for homeschool. I either use it on a monthly basis if we need things that month, and if we don't need anything that month, then I'll put it aside for this time of the year when we need obviously a lot of things all at one time. I shop sales, I make wish lists on Amazon, and then I watch my wish list to see if they go down in price. Then I'll obviously purchase. That's why it's always handy to have that little bit on the side, you know, extra. I pretty much got most things now in terms of curriculum. It's just all the additional things which go, you know, to go along with it, which are always the most expensive overall, because it's all, you know, all the little extras and books and stuff like that, and they always seem to work out more expensive in my opinion in just what's happened. So I'm just looking at something my daughter's drew. She's so talented, I tell you. She never ceases to amaze me when I see things that she's worked on, and her imagination, she just never ceases to amaze me with all the imaginative things that she comes up with. So yes, I've been binding and planning on what things I want to make myself. So one of them I've been thinking of doing is literature studies for the Minor Lima books. It's Harper design, but it's Minor Lima who have done all the illustrations for them. So I actually have been collecting these for my daughter. We have several now because I just managed to snag 3 more because they were on half price on Amazon, so it was amazing. So I managed to get 3 more than we already have. If you've never seen these before, they are just absolutely stunning, so visually appealing. As someone who loves graphic design, it just makes my little graphic design heart thing. But they're just absolutely beautiful. So yes, I've been thinking of doing literature units. Whereas my Alice in Wonderland was cross-curricular, these would be specifically literature units. I'm trying to figure out how to do reading comprehension so that it's actually meaningful, and, you know, not just a bunch of questions about something you've just read. So, you know, meaningful vocabulary as well. So again, so it's meaningful. You know, I wanted to make it more fun, and so that's my plan. So to do a literature unit for each of the Minor Lima books we have. So we've got Peter Pan, Alice, we have got The Secret Garden, Beauty and the Beast, Ariel and its other tales as well, and I think that's everything. Pinocchio is coming out, but that's not until August, I don't think. We haven't got the Jungle Book, so I think those are the only 2 we haven't got that they make, I think, so far that they've made. So yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that. So I'm starting to make mental notes about how I can incorporate everything, you know, what kind of activities I want to do. As I said, I have been binding, so here's our science, and I have also been printing out some other things too. I've only bound my teacher guide, not my daughter's, because as I mentioned previously, I want to do binders again for her stuff. I just find it easier, it fits in the drawer better, and I don't know, it just seems to work better than binding it. I think part of the problem with that is, maybe, I don't know, I just prefer the old binder system. I don't know why. I just do. So yes, I think we're going to do that again this year, but obviously everywhere's closed that sell those types of things at a reasonable price, so I can't wait until everything reopens, which segue into the whole lockdown thing. We've all been managing really well, so that's good, but I'll be very happy when this is over. I'm ready to return to normal life, but you know, you see harrowing things on the news every day, so complaining about trivial things. But we had the first disaster, well, not disaster, but, you know, pandemic issue the other day, because I don't know about you, but I'm always the last person to buy stuff for myself. I literally don't until it's broken. I make do. I'm not playing the martyr here, it's just I just do. My daughter has everything she needs naturally. My husband wears through things so fast, like every 3 months he needs new shoes. But I've always been, and it's for as long as I can remember, really good with my clothes. I've got clothes in my wardrobe that I've had literally for 10 plus years, and they're still absolutely fine. So it's not just that I don't buy stuff, it's that I'm really good with the stuff I have, so I don't necessarily have to. However, bras. So I had 4 bras, and in the space of 2 weeks, every single one of them broke. And it's just so typical because nowhere is open apart from like a select few things. And I wouldn't say I'm an unusual size. I think I'm quite a regular size, and I think that's a problem because I couldn't find my size in the supermarkets. I'm a 34 double D, and the supermarkets just didn't have any of them. So I ordered a pack of 2 from a store and requested next day delivery because literally they'd all broken. As in, I had the pliers out. It was this desperate. I had the pliers out trying to fix the wire at the back so that I could at least wear something, because I can't not wear something during the day. And they got lost in the post. So it took a week for them to arrive. So that was my first pandemic issue. I'm so ready to be out free again and to do stuff and go places. We're supposed to find out today if they're extending it. Ireland already has. I'm like 99.9% sure they're going to extend it, which is sad, but I understand why they have to, if they have to. But it's just worrying because I'm wondering how we're going to get out and how they're going to reduce restrictions, because there's no vaccination. It doesn't seem to be an effective treatment yet. So how is it going to get better? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see, I guess. But we've made our list. We started making a list of things we want to do. So my daughter, when lockdown's restricted, my daughter wants to have a Happy Meal, and I want a frozen iced strawberry lemonade. So yeah, we're really missing McDonald's. We don't go there very often, but when you can't go there, period, it's like, because McDonald's has, all restaurants are closed here, even for takeout. So no Subway, no McDonald's, no nothing. So we weren't very regular there anyway, but you know, maybe once a week we'd have she'd have a Happy Meal, and I would have like a frozen drink or something like that, because I love their strawberry frozen lemonades, and especially this time of the year, oh, that'd be so cool right now. But no, it's closed. So yeah, that's the first thing on our list. It made me laugh when we both put a food item as the first thing on our list. Yeah, I just want it to be over now. We're ready to return to the normal world. However, sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to yet. But as I said, I read a harrowing tale this morning of a 28-year-old nurse who was pregnant and she died. The baby survived. They did an emergency C-section because of the coronavirus. It's just horrible. It's just, you know, me not being able to find a bra and, you know, waiting a week for one is nothing. We're all healthy, we're all alive. But I just hope that they've got some kind of plan. Our Prime Minister, thank goodness, is out of hospital now. I was worried there for a second, that I won't lie. But he's out, he's fine. He's recovering, so I'm hoping he's going to go back to work soon, and then I think that'll really move things along in terms of they'll release a plan, because I don't know for sure. I'm wondering if they're waiting on him, or they just don't know, or as to how we're going to get out of this lockdown situation. But anyway, digress completely. So that's what we're up to. So I'm thinking of the literature units. I have been printing a lot of stuff off this week. I've used a ton of paper to print stuff off, so I need to get some more print paper. Shops are a nightmare in terms of going to them. Well, there's only the supermarkets open anyway, but we can't do online shopping because there's no slots, so my husband has to go. And the reason he goes is just because it's easier. He drives and everything else. I stay home with Alana and the dogs. It's just easier if he goes. We're not all supposed to go, and they don't want you to go anyway. It's one person from each family, from what I can gather. They don't like it, and a lot of places have been refusing to let kids in, which is really bad when you think about single mums and stuff. So he goes, but they've got this one-way system, and you know, as much as I try, I make a list of, you know, of things that he needs to get, but, you know, occasionally you forget, and when he's in the supermarket I think, so I'll message him and say I've remembered something, and he can't get it because there's a one-way system, and if you forget something then you have to start all over again and the queue's really long. So yeah, it's not fun. So yeah, we'll be glad when this is all back to normal. What else have I been doing? I have been thinking about videos to post, to be honest, and I was really struggling this week to think of an idea to post. So I was looking back at some of my old videos of what I've done, and I noticed one of the most popular videos was me showing how to use my binding machine, which is just crazy to me. It's like, how is that one of the most popular videos? But it shows you that people like how to I was trying to say kind and type at the same time, type of videos, which shouldn't be really surprising, because the amount of times I've done that myself, googled YouTube to see how to fix something in the house. So yeah, I was thinking maybe of doing a few more of those, and I was trying to think about what I could do, and then someone messaged me out of the blue, which kind of took me by surprise a little bit, and then I realised why. And they were saying they wanted to comment on my book video where I was doing my book reviews video, but I'd taken it down. I don't tend to leave videos up that aren't related to homeschool for very long, that's why I took it down. But they were asking me about graphic design, and it got me thinking, you know, should I maybe do a few videos on that? I'm no expert there, and that's what I said to them. Literally I just taught myself using GIMP, G-I-M-P, which is just a image manipulation program, and I just did it to do my book covers, because I needed book covers for my books. I didn't have any money to pay anyone, so the need was there, so I had to figure out how to do it, so I did. Well, maybe I could do a tutorial on that, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But the other thing that they asked me was how I did I go to school for anything? No, I didn't. I just literally used the free online program GIMP to teach myself how to do it. And they also asked, had I done any other ones, any other book covers, and I'll show you the ones that I've done so far for my other books in a second. But everything else, yeah, there's nothing else really going on. We're just plodding away through. We've had this week off. It's been our Easter break, which has been nice, although we couldn't go anywhere, but we still made the most of what we can do. My daughters have been absolutely loving her fairy set. I don't know if you saw my Easter basket video where I showed you the little fairy library with all the glitter in and stuff, where she can make her little glitter bottles and stuff. She's absolutely loving that. Glitter is everywhere, but that's absolutely fine because she's having fun with it. And she's been loving that. But we also got out her fairy garden and planted that. I don't know if you've seen the advert on the TV, my fairy garden thing, where you get like this little pot and there's a little fairy house and a fairy in there and a mouse and a little washing line. It's really cute, and we planted all the grass seed in there, which is starting to grow. So every day she's making up this little glitter concoction to take down to the fairy garden, which is really cute. So she's having a well of time with that. We also got some plants and we've been enjoying watching those grow. So we've got some strawberries that are doing really well, which is great. We've also got some, oh, I don't know if you're in the UK, but Marks and Spencer were giving out those little free seed pots, so we planted those. So we've got beetroot and carrot, which beetroot and cress, which are doing really well. And then we've also got some little carrot seeds that are growing as well. They're all on our kitchen window ledge. Just really cool. It's fun to go down every morning and see them all. And she's been enjoying watching those. And our Venus is really doing well this year as well. Our little Venus flytrap. We got that from IKEA. A really cute little baby Venus flytrap. So that's growing really well too. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing. Just, you know, making the best of what we can while we're at home. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I don't think so. Oh, one of my curriculum arrived the other day. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it with you. When I opened the box, because I think this was the most expensive thing that I've purchased this year. And when I opened the box, I was just, it's so nice. I love it. I love it. I don't know if you ever watch, what's the lady called? Oh, I can't remember what her name is. I do apologise, but it's My Busy Bees and Me. I can't remember what her name is. I'm very sorry. It'll come back to me like once I've finished making the video. But I was watching her, and she was talking about how when she gets so excited about all her curriculum coming, and she's like sniffing all her books and stuff. And I opened that box, and I thought of her immediately, because I was just drooling over this curriculum because it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. but you'll see that in my upcoming curriculum videos. Probably won't post them. It's going to be, I think, June or July, to be honest, because everything is taking so long to come and arrive. It's like one, and that kind of doesn't make sense, because instead of, I'll do an order, and instead of them sending everything in the week delay or whatever, they'll send like one of that item a week later, then another item a week later. So everything's taking ages to arrive. So I think it's probably either going to be June or July, to be honest, before I can do my curriculum video. But that'll be fine. It'll be something to look forward to. But yes, anyway, I'm going to show you the other book images that I've done. So I've just opened up GIMP, and I'll just show you the other book covers in case you're interested. Well, I know that person was. And yeah, hang on. Okay, so this was my first book that I wrote. This is Seeker. This is actually my favourite cover as well of all of them that I've done. I don't know if you can tell because the screen is really blurry. But there's quite a few different layers in this one, but with her in particular, the girl, I had to change her eye colour because she had brown eyes in the picture, so I made them blue. It's not really showing up very well, but I also did quite a few different layers with this one, which is probably why it's my favourite, because it took so long to do, but came out really well, so that's definitely my favourite cover. This is Touch. The box on the bottom is not there in real life, it's just I've just must have clicked on something. But yeah, this is Touch. This is actually about a pandemic. A story about a pandemic, but no one dies in this pandemic. It's a different type of pandemic. It does affect people, but in a different way. I'll read the blurb for that in a second though for you, in case you're interested, because it's actually kind of relevant right now. So that's Touch. This is Sawyer Lee. I love this cover as well. It's one of my favourites too. You saw that on my book cover the other day. That's the beginning. And that's Echo. That box isn't there in real life. It's just from opening up the image. Yep, that one's Echo. I just realised you could see quite a few pictures on my desktop. But yeah, there's my very pregnant belly. I was a week overdue at that point. As a comparison pic, I think I was like maybe 12 weeks in that picture. And there's my 4D scan. She looks like she's holding up her thumb. And there's us on our honeymoon. Hello me. That was a long time ago. 10 years ago. Beach pic. We actually went camping on a honeymoon, and it was probably the worst camping experience I've ever had in my entire life. It was so cold. There was a hole in the tent. We had to walk miles. We didn't have a car then, so we had to walk miles to go and buy a new tent because there was a hole in the tent. Let's just say it was not a fun honeymoon. Oh, when you look at your desktop pictures, I love that picture so much. That was our tiny tent for our honeymoon. Yeah, we had to go and buy a new one. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with our honeymoon pic. So that's everything in my little video today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. I almost forgot I said I was going to read you the blurb for Touch. So the average person touches their face every 3 minutes. This is just one of the many things 17-year-old Lucy Knight wishes she didn't know. Reciting the periodic table by a mnemonic for diseases doesn't often lead to popularity, nor does an unrivaled knowledge of cleaning products to vanquish your home of anything that could make feeble attempts to move from bottom to top. The only things that make Lucy feel remotely normal are her best friend Nathan and her explosive love for the band 30 Seconds to Mars. Both of them her mother would enthusiastically banish with one of her team of elite cleaning products. You touched your face. Oh, you really shouldn't. Just ask Grace Knight. She puts the G in germaphobe, cocooned in alcohol jar with her arsenal of Mr. Hibby Scrub, Dr. Bleach and Miss Hand Sanitizer forever in reach. She can tell you a thing or two about the horrors your home contains. Haunted by night from the employment her husband places on a pedestal to the detriment of her sanity, Grace does the only thing she knows how to erase those feelings. Clean. You touched your face. Oh, you really shouldn't. Just ask Keith Knight, department head at the CDC. No, that is not like Toys R Us or a cool name for a rock tribute band. This is the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta. Keith's epitome of heaven. His spouse, family and dream come true, all rolled into an infectious sore. It's taken over his life and eaten away at his relationship with his wife and daughter. As any festering sore would, stick a bandage on it, and other than little winces of attention-seeking pain, you can forget it even existed. When the neglect catches up with you and threatens to destroy everything you ever cared about, oh, and the whole world too, what will be left and whom? Oh, you touched your face. You will really wish you hadn't. So that's the blurb for Touch. So yeah, it's not... It is about a pandemic, but it doesn't kill people. It's a slightly different type of pandemic. So yeah, that's why I thought I'd share that, because it's not the time to be joking about pandemics. But yeah, it just made me think about that blurb the other day when I was when that person asked me about what the book covers I'd designed. Anyway, that's it for this video. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.